Jazz and Beyond,
where the standards are always hot
and the mood's just right.
On 702
and CapeTalk.
It is Jazz and Beyond on 702 and CapeTalk with me, Nothemba. Welcome to the second hour. And you are hearing the music of our next guest, Andile Yenana. This is him with a track called Exit Left, taken from the album One Night at the Market Theatre, where he was performing with the Azanian Dreaming Big Band. Andile, Molo. How are you? Where, are you far from your laptop or your phone? You are sounding very echoed now. You were fine earlier on.
Oh
yeah.
How is it now?
Now that's better. Now I hear you clearly. Welcome to Jazz and Beyond again, because I talked to you not so long ago, but when I was talking to you, we had lost another jazz legend, and you are paying tribute to Murabo Morojele. I mean, so many are passing. I'm even losing, count and even remembering who. But thank you for that, my brother, for doing that. But now we're focusing on you, because you'll be performing at the Standard Bank Joya Jazz. And, we've just heard this live performance that you did at the Market Theatre that you captured on an album. And, of course, we know you have been doing, other albums. I'm waiting for some, I don't know whether should I say some new material on, I don't know, because the live albums, you get to play stuff that we know from maybe Who's Got the Map or We Used to Dance, and a few other originals that we may not know. But that's me. Don't worry about me. But I'm just wondering what we have in store at the Joy of Jazz in terms of, are you bringing an orchestra, a big band, or is it just a quartet? Because you're going to be performing at the Dinner Lady stage on Friday the 26th. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm bringing a wonderful outfit from
Andile.
Mostly
Andile Sondela, because we
can you hear me?
Yeah. There's an echo. Is there something else that's on? Maybe your radio is on. No?
How is it now?
Now it is perfect. Don't move.
Perfect.
Don't move.
I won't move. So I'm bringing a wonderful outfit. I mean, it's young musicians from Cape Town. You know those wonderful musicians in Cape Town. Always bring out you. So I've been going down to Cape Town for a couple of gigs, and then I just met up with these young people there. And I'm bringing drummers from Cape Town, Tim Fortes, bass player, Clayton Pretorius, and Stephen Sokuyega on trombone. And then I'm working with Thabo Skakane on trumpet. And that's the band.
Okay. And the material you have in store?
It's the material that I've been working on over time. Some of it, it hasn't been recorded yet, but it's stuff that I've been, working with musicians, at live gigs and stuff.
Yeah.
Some of it is yet to be recorded, but yeah, it's ready to birth in many ways.
Oh, beautiful. We certainly look forward to that. I don't know if you're listening to the conversation I was having with Joseph Gerasi of Red Hill School about the importance of art education at school. And of course, I'm bringing this to you because you just recently did a Kids Love Jazz event.
Oh, that was amazing.
I got just goosebumps. Just from the title, I get goosebumps. Tell me about it.
So when I heard about it, I was like, who are these people? I mean, And I had a little bit of something. I mean, I spoke to Brad Holmes after the gig. I was telling him when we were at Marabo's memorial. I says, man, this young person, Zango, organized this gig for me. And he says, no, this is the organizer is actually part of the people that he's been grooming, young people that he's been grooming. So, I mean, who's the better guy to groom a young person into jazz? I mean, Brad Holmes is the one.
Yeah.
So they are well informed if they're coming from Brad. And what they're doing, they're bridging the gap. I mean, it's so radical what they're doing. And then, obviously, I mean, they've got this wonderful band called Kujenga that everybody is into now. I'm sold out. I mean, all the young kids singing.
Kujenga is the thing.
Yeah, so there was Kujenga there, and then there was Andile Yenana with his group, and Tembisa was the bridge, theme, from the elders, from the older music generation to the young ones. And they were just asking for Tembisa. And as soon as we played it, they were on their phones, they sang everything out of, from the song.
Wow.
So it was a wonderful experience.
What was the age group?
Bridging the gap in many, many ways.
What was the age group of the kids?
The age group is like your late 20s, your late 20s, and feisty ones that want to go out at 20 or 18 or something like that. They just want to check out the music. But most of them, they've been raised by our generation of parents. Parents that had gone to University of Natal and at Sinzim, at the lunch hour concerts there, UCT and all these places. So this is the music that they played for their kids.
Yeah.
And now these kids are grown. All they know is what their parents played for them, and which was our music, not the music from outside.
Which is fantastic because that culture is growing. Is growing. I want to talk about you. Because not only are you, a famous, legendary pianist, you've collaborated with many musicians, and you've composed music and arranged music and produced, but also you're an educator yourself, and I want to talk about that. But before we do, tell me about that night. That one night at the Market Theatre, because I'm going to play a track called No Light from there.
Oh man, that gig was amazing. I mean, Brai Pasha, he's the one.
Of course. And he listens to this show. Yeah.
That was that was his project. I mean, I remember when we were, when he called me for the first time and said we wanted to do this thing, the big band stuff. He came down to the South Coast where I stayed, and he explained, how he wanted it to go. And I did a gig at the Untitled. There was like this couple that came after the gig. They said to me, Andile, we know you through Bra Ike's program. He's played your music and for so many years. We grew to love what you've done.
I think we're losing you. I think his line will get back to Andile. Let's play that song, No Light, from that performance, that gig, one night at the Market Theatre, which was recorded together with the Azanian Dreaming Big Band, and which brought us an absolutely amazing double album, which you should have a copy of if you don't yet. Jazz and Beyond on 702 and CapeTalk with me, Nothemba, in conversation with Andile Yenana. And you are hearing this absolutely amazing song called No Light from a performance that was recorded live at the Market Theatre. The album is called One Night at the Market Theatre. And of course, Andile Yenana is going to be performing on the 26th of September at the Standard Bank Joya Jazz at the Dinner Ladies stage. And I'm glad you're listening and you're enjoying the show. Spice Corporate says great jazz, snacks and coffee and a heater. We've got also says FTS says, hey, Nothemba, Andile, we used to dance. Please play it. Hey, Andile, it's like Tembisa for the people. If anyone hears that song, it's like they are satisfied. It's like they don't want to hear anything else. What has that song done for you, though?
That song is amazing. I mean, I think we knew exactly how it was gonna affect people, because it was the one that we pushed for like radio. There's like even radio edits on it. There's like where there's no solos from Sydney and Fair. It's just piano solo. We cut it. We use the big scissors, try to accommodate the radio. But I mean, the way it just took off and stuff. I mean, I didn't even play that song when I recorded. After I recorded, I played standards. I was doing gigs in Johannesburg until a couple of guys came. I mean, like, boy, these young ones. I remember when Sisonke came for the first time. Joburg says, Brian, can you play your music? And I'm like, what? Play Tembisa, play Rwanda. I started playing my music after 10 years after I'd recorded it.
Wow.
Yeah, because it's like,
But the thing is that Tembisa has got that catchy, I don't know what you call it. It's just as it starts, dung, dung, dung. I mean, it's like you're home wherever you are in the world. Once you hear that, just as it starts, it's...
Well, that's heavy. That's heavy right there.
I mean, know.
So heavy, you don't just give him one note. He was not going to be able to play F sharp and go to D, in a bar form. Then he created like that amazing melody. And, we just had to, work at something else. I mean, even the horn line, I mean, that ba-ba-da, ba-ba-da. That was us just trying to open up, the whole tune,
Yeah.
That's like Sydney's composition. He used to play it in the flat, when you come, to visit us. And it's like he kept playing this thing. When I was supposed to record and I didn't have songs, so like, what's the song that you normally play? Bring it here. And then I listen, I'm like, no, I'm going to record the thing. and then that's how it came about. And the claps, to tell you the truth, the claps and the tambourine was influenced by, remember that Wynton Marsalis song with the clap? Boom, boom, dum, dum, boom, boom, dum,
okay.
Boom, with the claps and the tambourine.
Yeah.
You want to listen to that again? You will hear.
I will.
Because we used to listen to a lot to that album. During when Fitzroy Ngubana had a club out in Berea.
In fact, it brings me to the very question as to you teach there in Durban.
Yes.
And these what do you teach in terms of, for instance, just hearing you describe how Tembisa came about? How do you then with your students impart with them this environment and this surrounding yourself with other musicians that because jazz is about collaboration anyway, and also that improvisation that comes with it. Are they getting it in terms of especially the South African way and South African sound? I'm not even sure if I'm asking the question correctly.
I'm not even teaching jazz there.
Aibo.
I'm not even teaching jazz. I mean, it's like a TVET college like CJC in Joburg. I've been teaching vocal practice, what they call vocal practice.
Mm-hmm.
I was leaning on to jazz, obviously, and then I was teaching improvisation. But it's a 18 months course. They are supposed to learn basic skills of music production, and know how to record, and know music business and all of that. And hopefully, they get into the music industry and get jobs. So, but my thing was I was just encouraging them after 18 months to go to Forte. That was at the time when Duduzo was teaching at Forte.
Yeah.
So most of my students that I taught since 2014 when I got there, they ended up at Forte. I mean, even now, that intake, I mean, all of them are there. Now they converted those diplomas into degrees. And most of them are into opera, classical music, because, I mean, all I did was just to teach them how to read music and then just encourage them, you know, those who want to sing jazz, they were taught by Omagugu when they were both there at Forte. So just for me, I was just facilitating for them to, you know, study further.
To then study further, whatever type of music or style they wanted.
Just to open up, you know, and just learn. And then I did some projects where I got some funding from the Swiss. Then I was able to bring Steve Dyer to do workshops down here. Hebi Twaidi came, Lebu, Pangwa, she came and did like trombone clinics. And who else? McCoy,
McCoy as well. And I mean, you went to University of Natal and you studied under Darius Brubeck. And of course, that brought you together with the likes of Zimgawana and Feya, and of course, forming a beautiful, long-lasting friendship. And how did those two, and I know there are many others, because influence, you know, how you see the sound or feel the sound or hear the sound or touch the sound or create the sound that is the Andile Yenana sound?
Well, the Andile Yenana sound is actually a mixture of all of that. Because I worked with these guys, they were composers, keen composers on their own, in their own right, and they could play piano, you know, composers piano.
Yeah,
you know. You want to hear Fair play piano, you know. You want to hear Zim play piano. He had a different touch. And Steve Dyer played piano. So I took all of that and you know, together with what I was learning at school and also what I was, you know, learning and came up with you know, with my sound. It was a wonderful experience to work with musicians that were already on that, you know, South African identity in terms of what jazz, you know, sounds like, post Yakalinkomo, post Sakile,
sure,
you know. So yeah, I mean, there was Moses Mlelekwa and all these cats. In 1990, that period was like, you know, game changer, really, you know, for me, having watched all these people and also, you know, mentorship, you know.
Yeah. What is the 2025 jazz sound like for you? If there is one. But I guess I'm trying to say, you know, from then, you know, the periods we were just talked about now, to how the jazz, South African jazz sound has evolved, and also the fact that, you know, the young musicians are sort of leading the, you know, the way, and with whatever influence they have. How is it sounding to you?
Well, I mean, it's not surprising, you know, the sound has been cooked somewhere. I mean, I heard the sound being cooked at the Orbit, actually. I was so fortunate to also been part of what was being cooked out there. And then Emerick, I mean, went on to do that Stellenbosch jazz and classical encounters.
Yo, that as well, yeah.
And also, that was like a showcase of what was like happening. You know, it was just like the pulse of what was happening in terms of South African jazz. And then there's this Untitled Basement that just, you know, came out.
And it is just providing an amazing platform for a lot of musicians who wouldn't have an opportunity to be seen, heard, and just absolutely, amaze us with their talent.
Yeah, I mean, big ups to the people that can hold, these, establishments like for a while and just let it simmer for all of us to like realize what it is that we want. Here, I mean, we're hearing, young trumpet players like Maken Nguna now. We're hearing about Tabus Kakane. We're hearing the Kujenga guys. I mean, I believe there was a story they were telling, which, apparently guys at Untitled didn't know who they were. When they found out at the jazz on the zoo, and then they were booked like 3 days in a row at Untitled.
They are amazing, and when they are on stage, you just become enthralled by their performance.
The thing is also the young crowd that is
the audience that follows them.
You can see that there's this generation mix that is going to happen now. I mean, older musicians, older audiences are starting to get hip to their music as well. So it's quite an exciting thing. 2025 is amazing for South Africa, man, in music, in sport, in everything. Besides the wars and everything that is going down, South Africa is sitting pretty in the arts.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
And jazz is really sounding great.
We've lost a number of some amazing musicians, including a lot of practitioners in the field. I'm thinking about the Rashids and Oprah Louis, who's gone. And just knowing that, you're going to be part of the National Arts Festival in Makhanda, paying tribute to the Blue Notes, I think becomes so significant because it keeps that music and that legacy alive. I read somewhere where you were saying that, young players need to learn about South African jazz before they go and learn about jazz from overseas. And you think, and clearly, paying tribute to the likes of the Blue Notes, which was an iconic jazz band, around the world, becomes so important. I mean, look, when they went to the state to England, they came there. They just turned the whole place upside down. I mean, you can imagine, musicians playing jazz standards and Summertime and all these songs, and then these guys come in from like out of nowhere. They put something else. Who are these people?
Compositionally, and they were like feisty like this, and I mean, Mongezi was playing at the highest level. I mean, avant-garde and all of that stuff, like improvisation at the highest level. So, I mean, we've always had a sound that is South African, back in the 60s, and it's been carried over. I mean, it influenced people like Kit Tippett in England. It influenced people like Django Bates. They speak fondly of South African music. Right up to Becky, who was mentoring people like Courtney Pine.
Yep. Yeah, and I mean, we're talking about the Chris McGregors, the Dudu Pukwanes, who else? Johnny Kiani, Louis Moholo, who we've just lost, Mongezi Feza, Nikele Moyake, and all these. I'm sure it will be a beautiful tribute. We'll have to wrap it up, and also just thank you, my brother, for keeping the light on jazz, and also just especially passing the baton on. And also the fact that, you get these young people to join you when you perform. Not only, I guess, do you learn from them as much as they learn from you.
Yes. No, it's an amazing thing. I mean, I started a long time ago with Dumi Khorosi, with Ariel Zamorsky. I remember when he played his last gigs here before he left for Argentina. he came down to the South Coast with Juana, and then they played some of this nice Brazilian music for us. And I'm like, wow, man, I can let you go. It's okay, you know. So it's been a good thing. I mean, even Heavy from Voice, we all branched out and started working with young people.
Yeah, actually, Voice was another amazing band. Listen,
we couldn't have just existed, you know, forever with that. We needed to branch out. You know?
and it's a good thing as well that you got to do that. Well, we look forward to seeing you at the Standard Bank Joy of Jazz on the 26th of September at the Naledi stage.
Thank you so much. Looking forward to this. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Andile. And this is a song from Andile Yenana Sextet at the Bird's Eye recording. It's a track called Kuyasa.